all struggling and doing absolutely nothing with your life, having absolutely nothing to offer, and then you think that out of all the women in the world that he's gonna come to you. Why? You're not even like mastering your own life. And so what really makes you more attractive to a high value man is that you are a boss in your own right. You have your own thing going on. And so to further. So the second tip is because you are fearful. Now, even though you may want something, deep down inside, a lot of us are afraid to get it, but we don't want to admit that to ourselves. Some of us may feel like, oh, I really want a good man, but deep down inside, you are like, you don't feel like you deserve a good man. And really the deep rooted side to that is that you are afraid, because really it's like a disappointment. Like you're like, okay, I feel like I want blah, 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 blah. I feel like I want this type of guy, or I feel like I want to get married. But if that doesn't happen, I don't want to hope too much because I might be disappointed. But really all of that stems from fear. So I'm gonna go do something crazy or just completely go off of the path of God just because I'm bored and I don't feel like doing this God thing anymore because it's difficult. And then the wait is taking too long. You know, God comes back and he's with your gift and here he has your present. He's completely pissed off because look at what you done did. It's like he completely has your present, but you're prolonging everything because you're absolutely doing the most because you're not willing to be fully dedicated to him, and you're only willing to be fully dedicated to him halfway as long as it's according to your timing. Some of the gems are like your A+ gems. Some of them are C, D, or F gems. They have flaws and they have blemishes. And let's say the buyer, AKA the man, comes in and he starts picking up and buying the cubic zirconias, right? And then you're like, oh my God, I wanted him to pick me. I'm mad. Can't he see what a precious gem I am? No, he can't, because he doesn't have the trained eye to understand what a gem is. You know, if he does not have enough exposure or training or enough discernment to understand what a real and a fake is, and to him, all of it is the same. If he can... Lust. So the spirit of lust, if you have ever had sex with someone and after they have satisfied their lust with you or you with them, all of a sudden you're like, okay, I don't really want to deal with you anymore. And the reason for that is because your lust has already been fulfilled. You have already done the deed. You have already fed the flesh. Now it's full and it doesn't need any more food. And so it's like, okay, bye. So if you have been a victim of lust, then know if you're like sleeping with a guy or sleeping with many men and they don't want to actually have a conversation with you, date you, talk to you, or deal with you afterwards, or they just treat you like crap afterwards, then that is a key indicator that they are in lust with you and not in love, and that they are so many of y'all are the prodigal son, right? God has said, my child, I love you. And you have sat up here and you have forgotten who you are. You are living below what you are made of or what God created you to be. You are in relationships with people who God doesn't want you to be in relationships with, or who are below what you are worth, right? You are not reaching your maximum potential. You are abusing your body. You are allowing other people to abuse your body. Let's be real. I'm not judging you, but I'm saying we gonna be real. Me and you as friends, we being real, right? Because when you think of the idea of being a princess, a daughter of a king, how do you think royalty is supposed to act? You think they're supposed to go share themselves with everybody? You think they're supposed to be going around eating out the pods of pigs, starving, running around looking all homely and whatnot, trying to figure out what in the world has happened? No. And just like this man, he remembered himself. He like, hold on, I don't have to be starving. Why am I eating out the same thing as a pig? Let me go ahead and remember myself and let me go home. And so therefore, I'm asking you, do you remember who you are? My main point here is that your enemies may be planning this big demise for you, But while they're coming at you with the sword thinking that they're going to stab you, they're really going to trip and fall on their sword and they're going to stab themselves. And the only thing you got to do is just sit there and smile. Like, you don't have to be worried. You don't have to be upset. You don't have to be confused. You don't have to be feared. You don't have to be intimidated. And you daggone sure don't have to bow in order to appease them. You have to believe that as long as you're doing the right thing, God is out here orchestrating a whole bunch of things and is fighting your battles for you. God will help you. You move to the next level. Blessings start to come in because you're using your talents, and you keep moving higher. More blessings, more abundance, and then bam, way up here is the guy. Way up here is the guy. But see, because you're so stuck down here, it's like, okay, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to ignore God, and I'm just going to focus on the man, and that's all that takes up my energy, and all the talents and the blessing and the destiny and the guy that was way up here that you could have had is gone to somebody else because you just refuse to move up. You know, you have lost your gifts. You have ultimately lost the destiny that God had for you. You ultimately lost the abundance that God had for you. And now the man that was way freaking up there that you could have had for you, you lost that too because you were so stuck living below what God had intended for you. Like, a lot of y'all, instead of realizing that you're in control of what you do and your own destiny, you want to be ruled by either lust or what you think you want or what you think you feel you need to have, or trying to prove yourself to be the better woman. And you introduce yourself to this crazy situation, and when you get a whole bunch of crazy back, if you getting in fist fights with this person, if you having the other chick knock up on your door, if you're getting STDs from this whole situation, if the man is sitting up there playing both of y'all, you know, saying, oh, I don't know which one I want, and having y'all fighting, y'all getting on arguments on social media, embarrassing your freaking self, all of that is your fault. All of it is your fault because of the situation that you put yourself in, and you can't blame nobody else but you. I recognize him. So even if you tell them not to recognize me, understand this. I have a Father who is in heaven, and he will make something as inanimate as a rock who is not living, has no soul, has no flesh, come to life and cry out in recognition of my glory. What I'm saying is that a lot of people rest their hopes, dreams, and aspirations in what other people will or will not give them. And when they don't get what they want from other people, then they feel disappointed and they stop because they feel like, okay, I can't continue on, or I'm not getting what I'm supposed to have, or I'm not getting what's owed to me because this person won't. If it is just, or if you are really entitled to what it is that you're asking for, God is going to make a way in order for you to get it. No. What I am saying is that regardless of any situation, always make sure that you are good on your own. If you are single, you don't have nothing better to do. So if it means going back to school, going back to college, getting a promotion, starting that business, or going deep down in your imagination and saying to yourself, what is the biggest, baddest dream that I can fathom that I feel like will set me up for the long term and help me build an empire no matter who is in or no matter who is out, then let me go ahead and do that.
Dedication, preservation, take a look inside, your salvation, do every good work, it takes patience, like a butterfly.